Video is where that comes into play. And if you're able to brand yourself in a proper way, that is going to be a competitive moat in the future age of instantly available information. Turn your business into entertainment. Look at the best cooking shows, right? Look at Bar Rescue. Look at some of these other shows and take some inspiration, right? If you're looking to start with video, my only advice to people is just start, right? Like you did, right? You just put together some stuff and voila, you have a video that had 300,000 views. And think about a room of 300 people that follow, right? 300,000 people looking at something that you're interested in. That people just scoff at that number, but it's like, that's like multiple stadiums full of people. Don't worry about like the way your hair looks. Don't worry about exactly what you're going to say. Just start putting content out there.
I want to jump right into it. The first thing is on my website here. Let me share my screen and I'll show you. I posted this video on YouTube about my website called agentrage.com. And I want to get your take on this. I'm a little bit excited about this and I want to make sure that I'm not off base here. So this one was posted 2 weeks ago and it had 327,000 views. I was just walking my friends through the website that I created. And the website is basically where users can come build their own AI agent and then use it to monetize as well if they could get enough people to use their agent on that website. And so I'm pretty excited. I just started this channel and I have over 400 subscribers based on this video alone. So what is going on?
Okay, to be honest with you, I haven't watched the video, but I'm excited to make a couple educated guesses about what you did right in that video.
Okay.
Compared to maybe some of your other ones that didn't do as well. First of all, in your title, the spot between ChatGPT and NAN, all the nerds in the world are trying to figure out, where do I use the different AI tools? So I think you're contrasting two topics that are really top of mind for a lot of people. Like ChatGPT, do I use ChatGPT? Do I use Claude? Do I use X's version of AI? Grok? What do I use? And why do I use it? What is the spot between ChatGPT and NAN is a great title. What am I supposed to feel? So it creates a thing for me to click on when we do it. Why don't we click into the video? Because I'm curious, because I bet you your first couple seconds of this video, and I don't know if the audio is going to work or play through.
Why don't I just create a platform?
So it looks like you immediately got into the topic. So if you pause the video there, and what was the first line that you said in that video?
So I said, instead of building all these agents for people, why don't I just build a platform where people can build their own agents?
Boom. Hooks me right in. Okay. So what's the spot between ChatGPT and NAN? Like, why don't I just build something so people can do it by themselves? Now you got me curious. You've opened up a curiosity graph that now needs to be scratched. So the key with a good video is you want the title to match what the first 4 seconds of the video is. I don't know if you did this intentionally or not, but to me, this feels like the exact perfect video. Maybe you were just doing it because you're like, I'm sick of all these videos that make people wait till 1 minute in to deliver value.
That is definitely true. Yeah, I get that a lot because I'm like, it's like a how-to video. You click on it and then they're like, the first thing I want to talk about is my mom. And so it's, no, I already know your title. I saw your thumbnail. I loved it. I just want the information.
So I'm actually like on a mission right now. I want to gain around 10 pounds of muscle, right? What I've been doing is train a project in ChatGPT on my body type, on like where I want to go. I fed it all the data from my Garmin watch, all that stuff that spits me out workouts. I'm an endurance athlete. I've done 6 Ironmans, but I'm not a big weightlifter. So I told it what equipment I have in my home gym, and it's been giving me all these exercises to do, which I have no idea how to do them. I YouTube them all as I'm working out. And half the videos, I love the videos that just get right into the subject. There was this one exercise this morning that I was doing called band pull parts. And I went through one video, it was like, hey, in this video, it's doing a demo. Went into another one, it's like, it just showed me the band pull part that gave me exactly the right thing that I was searching for in the right moment. So that's what you did perfectly there. Now, if I had to guess, you created that curiosity in the beginning, and I bet you throughout this whole thing, you started to create additional peaks of curiosity and stretch the gap between.
You're right. Yeah. I was just genuinely excited.
No, this is not a boring demo, right? This is not. Have you ever been on like an app demo where like the founder is showing? I was on one 2 weeks ago. The founder's showing you every freaking feature.
Yeah.
What you're showing them is the exact solution to the problem that you explained in the title, the spot between ChatGPT and N8N, right? So that is the exact gap that you're stretching in the beginning of the video, and you're showing them that exact solution, right? How to do that with your app, right? Where if you look at some feature demos, oh my God, like they don't even know what you want. They're just showing you every single little feature. And my guess is you didn't do that. My guess is there's probably 20 more features in your app that you didn't show people in this specific demo. You just showed them the use case between ChatGPT and N8N. And One thing I'd be curious about, because the videos that do the best are the ones that you retain people longest. If you could maybe pull up your analytics for this, if you don't mind sharing those publicly.
You might have to walk me through that, though. I don't know how to
So
do it.
just click analytics. Next is this. So you have the title of the
Okay,
video.
okay.
Yeah, right there. Okay, so what we're going to look at now is your attention graph.
Let's go. Deep dive.
Yeah, let's make this good. Okay, if you notice that the views spiked up, it flatlined a little bit. You got 309 subscribers for 329,
That's the part
27,000
that
views.
really surprises me, because it's okay. I put ads behind this as well, so I'm like, I'm just gonna get a bunch of views. That'll be nice. That'll be some exposure.
Interesting.
But the fact that people are subscribing is what got me a little bit excited.
Oh, interesting. So you did put ads behind this. That's interesting. Click on watch time hours. Click on that.
Time hours. Where are we looking?
The middle,
in
the
the
middle
middle,
section there.
yeah.
Then scroll down a little bit. I want to see average view duration. Okay, there you go. So this video is you're retaining the audience 36% of the way through, right? So 36% of people who watch the video to its completion. The average person is watching it for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So if you want to improve on this for your next video, you really will have to study what you said in the first 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And at the 2 minute 45 second mark, or maybe at the 2 minute mark, you might want to say you might want to stick around to the end, because one thing I'm going to share there is going to be super important. Or I have a free giveaway that I'm going to give towards the end of this video.
Hook to extend, get
Exactly.
an extension on that watch time.
So the key is obviously if you hook in the beginning, but as you start to see those periods that drop off, like even you can get a little bit granular, right? 34% of users are still watching at the 30-second mark. So maybe around the 30-second mark, you say another hook, and you keep. The key is to continue to pique curiosity as you go.
That's right, because around that time I started talking about there was like a discussion forum that I created in the website, and I think that was just boring. It's okay, every website has a discussion forum. I'm not interested in that part. So I could probably come back and look at. Oh, the other thing I found was, so my mentor, Gemini Pro, told me that take this video and then chop it down into smaller clips, like 1 minute clips of those hard hitting things. And so I did that, and I posted individual ones. So that way when people come, they don't have 7 minutes to spare. They might look at like the 1 minute clip that just talks about the commission rate or something.
But my recommendation would not be to actually break it apart. Like it would be to take the concept of that video and rewrite a new script. So let's say you have that 7.5 minute video, find those 3 or 4 magic moments in the video, create a hook at the start of the video, and then turn that into individual videos that you can re-script. Because you're not going to say it in the right way. That's a cadence for a short. Right now, you're talking in the version of a long. So my rec would just be to pull out your key points from that and then just create 3 or 4 new shorts separately. Create those 3 or 4 as separate production videos. I've found with a lot of clients that like, we'll try to pull stuff out, but it won't be a perfect video. It won't be the ideal video for what people are looking for.
Okay, got it. And then from that video, so I do a lot of different things as well, and I think that might be impacting me a little bit. Let me just back up a little bit. My goal is not to get like a lot of views or a lot of subscribers. I'm primarily focused in cybersecurity, and then business consulting, and then digital marketing. This idea was basically just to talk to smart people like yourself. My itch that I like to scratch is automation, so I work on those things. And then because I do cybersecurity, that naturally builds me into website development, automation, workflows, that sort of stuff. If you ask me, like, what do I do? I'm like, business, automation, consulting.
What have you found like from YouTube that people reach out to you to work on those things?
Well, I literally just started 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, no idea what I'm doing. I just posted this out there, and then it just started flying forward. And I was like, wait, there might be something here. And I'm genuinely excited about agentrage.com because that literally is in the middle of N8N. And LLMs are relatively easy where somebody can type in and get a response, but it's text-based. And some of them are voice-based. But it can't actually do something for you. Go and send an email or create a file on my Google Drive. And so those tools are what make the LLM like agentic to turn it into an agent. But then in order to do that properly, people go to N8N, which is a workflow that gets you through the process. I've used it several times, but the technical gap is quite high. You need to know specific formats. You need to know exactly how OAuth works between the different tools. So my goal was, okay, bring it simpler. You get best of both worlds. And that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, because I think there's a gap between there's coders that know how to use AI, and then there's just like your generic users that know how to like create using like an LLM type software or can use like the vibe coding style, but get blocked as soon as things get a little bit more technical. Fall into that category, right? I don't write code. So I fall into that middle of people where I can vibe code something, but the second I have to like transfer it to GitHub and I can actually work on the back end, that's where I get stuck. So I think there's a large gap of users in the middle that need a vibe code plus type solution.
Vibe code plus that. Yeah, exactly. It just gives you a little bit more tools to get the job done. And then I thought what would be nice is instead of me like building the AI agents and the people using them, now if you have a very specific need, you could just come here, build your agent in 3 steps, and the AI actually helps you build it yourself. Like the other day, I got business cards from a local business where they had their bulletin board just caked with like business cards. And I told them, okay, let me take all of these. I'll convert it into a digital platform for you where you can start charging these folks advertising in your restaurant, right? So instead of putting your business card on a bulletin board that nobody's going to look at, just sits there forever, let's convert it and then have them pay you like $50 a month or $100 a month or whatever it is. So I brought literally like 500 cards home. I scanned each business card and it put it into a spreadsheet for me. But now the data was just all over the place. There's like emails here, numbers here, formats wrong. And so then I was like, I need some way to clean this. So during that same video, I went in, created an agent that cleans up the data, and then it did, right? And it gave me very nice columns, exactly organized it. And then I was able to import that into my CRM instantly because now it was clean data. And now I can text and email those folks essentially. So a use case where somebody's running into a problem and they have a little bit of technical skills, they could just go in with 3 easy steps, create an agent that can just do this work for them. And it doesn't cost anything either, it's completely free. Versus going on to like Operator for ChatGPT that can do it, but it's like $250 a month. A lot of people don't want to just have a regular subscription to do these kinds of things.
Yeah, I think cost aside, right? If you were to tell the average $20 a month ChatGPT user that the cost is, the floor of it is now $200, which I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, if they started raising some of their prices or creating a pricing tier, just because of the amount of computing power that I think the average ChatGPT user probably goes through. I wouldn't be surprised if people will be willing to pay more for it, or use it, because at the end of the day, it's like anything else, right? If you go back in history, right, you know, if you take a farmer as a perfect example, the farmer used to plow the fields by hand with a backhoe and a rake and a shovel, right? But then some sort of thing was invented so that it could be pulled by a donkey, and then that donkey turned into a robotic tractor. And the same thing's happening now with technology, right? Like the leverage you get per single minute of time is growing exponentially because of AI. And robotics are going to come into play with that too, right? If you look at some of the, I don't know if you've looked at some of the robotics things that are happening with like the humanoid robots that are now able to take over like some basic tasks at UPS or some tasks at the BMW factory.
Very excited about robots for sure. They're going to replace the bottom tier for sure, but you have to elevate your skill sets a little bit. And the folks that are leveraging AI now are going to be exponentially more effective, powerful essentially, because they're going to have so much control now, so much ability to do multiple things at the same time. I find myself doing a lot more than I could do before. Like before, my coding skills were okay, so what? But now it's, as long as I know what the end result should be, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, so these two pieces of software, they're not communicating with each other. And I know APIs are what are used to have software communicate with each other. Maybe there's a problem there. And I can direct now the AI to focus on this and say, no, let's focus on this particular issue. Give me 3 solutions. And then I don't have to come up with the solutions, it does. But as long as I can coach and guide it, and you just need a little bit of knowledge to do that, not a lot, just a little bit, it'll actually solve those problems. But anyway, I don't want to go into like too much of a technical conversation. This is supposed to be about you. I just got excited about the video and I just wanted your feedback on it. So let's talk about viral ideas. And if you had like a business where somebody is excited about what they're about to go do, what are like some of the first steps they should be thinking in like communicating with you, consulting with you on what they should do next?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, people want to create more content, right? They don't want to create less content, especially in the days of immediately accessible information, any of the LLMs or any of the technologies that are out there. People want to be able to convey their message in a more unique way. Video is where that comes into play. And if you're able to brand yourself in a proper way, that is going to be a competitive moat in the future age of instantly available information. So what we're seeing a lot with the companies that we're working with is holistically, like strategically, they're looking at the world and they're like, how can I stand out? Instant information, instantly available, created information. Stand out there through creating videos that are unique, that paint me in a light of an expert, that paint me in a light of something special in this very crowded marketplace. So we've seen that as a huge use case. And to be frank, like videos just convert better when it comes to ads. Like you saw it with the video that you produced. People see something that really tickles an itch for them and they're able to take that and turn it into a bite-sized piece of information. And I think the amount of videos that people are consuming are growing every single day, right? If you just look at the subway or walk down the street and look at what people are looking at, they're just staring at their phone. The time they're just watching Instagram videos while they're going for a walk. The share of mind that's happening on the internet is moving towards video anyway. So what I see with my clients and what I think people should be thinking about is how can you position yourself from a video perspective? Like how can you develop?
Right.
I look at it as three important things, right? On one side, you're looking at how can I paint my brand in the right light, right? How can I brand myself right? How can I get clarity of voice? Like how does my voice come together? And how am I going to package that in a way that makes sense for an end user? So those three things I think are super important.
I see. That's what I was thinking. Let me back up a little bit. The business cards that I was telling you about. It's a local restaurant here in Sarasota. It's a taco place. It's called Fuzzy's Taco Shop. It's a relatively nice place. It's got a bar. It's a franchise. It's like all over the place. And on Facebook, they have like their corporate account, 300,000 followers. It's relatively decent. And the food is good. I like that. So when I went there, I saw this bulletin board just caked with business cards. I asked the GM, hey, give me a night. Let me try this thing out. He agreed. And so I took the business cards home. Now, I'm thinking in terms of selling the ads to those business owners. I'm thinking two options. One would be basically like a static slideshow that rotates every 30 seconds, right, on a TV. And then the second one, slightly higher price, moving, right? Video is probably the best option here. So maybe have VO3 shoot a video against their particular website and brand, show that to them and say, hey, we could have this playing every 30 seconds or every minute in front of hundreds of people within this bar on NFL Sunday Ticket.
Yeah, it's taking a modern spin on. You've ever been to like a diner, right? Like they have advertisements playing in the background.
Yes.
And it's almost like a billboard. But the ones that do the best, in my opinion, are the ones that give you captivating imagery that aren't just a static thing. Old school advertising is like a piece of paper where you're cramming as much as you possibly can into a single piece of advertisement. The new way of doing things is to use the pictures and the motion to be able to create whatever you want. Especially with VO3, like people that are coming up today don't realize how hard it would have been to make that like a VO3 type video. How hard it would be to make that.
And expensive.
Production. Yeah, I used to do it. We're talking like hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the scenes together, to go create it, to go build a script, to go cast it. And we're talking about like months of pre-production, cut down to a few hours. And now at our business, we're starting to make brand films for our companies that we would normally have like quite literally charged $150,000 to $200,000 for. We're going to make like a real brand film for 10 grand. So it's the difference in pricing and the difference of accessibility for even like small businesses is incredible, or even big businesses that want to just do more volume and relate to customers in a unique way. So instead of going after one customer segment, you can go after all 35 of them because you're able to take that budget that you spent on this commercial, start to cost 35 customers to take. Instead of looking at it as a replacement, people need to look at AI as enhancement, right? The jobs that we were talking about earlier, Amazon warehouse workers, UPS factory workers, BMW factory workers, we're talking about jobs that have sometimes near 70% or 100% turnover every single year. Amazon warehouse workers, I think don't quote me on this, the last time I read one is like they have over 100% turnover in a given year. No one wants these jobs.
Of course, I don't blame them. The metrics alone are scary is what I'm saying.
Yeah, the metrics are crazy. I think that AI is going to help us become more human in a weird way. It's just going to take some of those tasks off the plate. And even in our business, our goal this year was to get to a 20% AI adoption rate. Meaning that if you look at the calendar of the average employee in my business, 20% of the time, meaning effectively one day a week, needs to be done. One day of productivity per week needs to be done with AI.
Oh, okay.
And we're looking at next year 50%, 2.5 days a week need to be done with AI of your current schedule. What does that mean for jobs that are business? It means nothing. No one's leaving. We're not firing anyone. Our goal is to pair AI with humans and create more of a leverage tipping point for us to be able to do more with less.
So you don't have to necessarily let go of people. You just increase their level of output. Therefore, your entire business has lift. So you can handle more customers coming in, more revenue. Everybody moves up together.
it's more productivity for the same time they were using before. The shift in training is my people now need to be masters of figuring out how to use taste and masters of being a director, meaning in a world where everything can be created with AI, right? Let's say we're going there in 5-10 years. It's going to take longer than I think people think, just to be clear. I'm not one of those guys that think this is going to happen in a year. I think this is going to happen over 5-10 years, just because I think the computing power and the back end of this whole thing needs to be built out, just like with data centers and power centers. That's the bottleneck right now.
I think
That's going to take years though. I think the big unlock is that people need to learn how to have better taste in what is good, better standards in what is good. Because the AI can create anything, but some of it's just junk. We all know that.
Right,
Like,
definitely.
Not a prompt where it's like, you think you're a genius because you just like type one thing in AI, but it's like you're not. And the second part is being a director, meaning that you will now have employees, but the employees won't be human, the employees will be AI. So our shift in mindset is like, everyone here is a manager, but you may not have people that you're managing. You may have tools and technology that you're managing. And everyone here has to have good taste, meaning our creative director in our company is not the only one that has taste. We're not just going to rely on that person to handle their taste. We're going to rely on every single person to have a structured process to know what is good and what's not good. And I think that is the skill that needs to be developed in an AI world.
Let's say a business is kicking off, right? I just have the one example. So let's say Fuzzy's over here is trying to do this digital marketing thing, but really what they're trying to do is increase their own awareness because other people will want to advertise with Fuzzy's based on their traffic count. And so what's like a position that Fuzzy's could take, but then also the customers that are trying to advertise at Fuzzy's and leveraging the current clientele? What's the dynamic there that we should be thinking about?
So I think it starts with Fuzzy's, right? At the end of the day, the advertising inside of Fuzzy's will be more valuable if there's more customers inside of Fuzzy's. I think what they could do is, if you look at my favorite restaurant video account, is this woman named Judy Salad Cafe. What this restaurant has done well is it has taken trends and it has turned them into their own unique spin on the zeitgeist of the internet. So if you just play one of her videos, okay, you can see it without sound, right?
Out of this world, like shocking.
She's going to try to sell us pancakes. I'm telling you. She's in the back of the car, right? So she's really creating curiosity in the videos that she's doing. And I think if you're able to create some entertainment in what you're doing, turn your business into entertainment. Look at the best cooking shows, right? Look at Bar Rescue. Look at some of these other shows and take some inspiration, right? Draw in some taste from other things that are going well. I don't know if you've ever read the book Steal Like an Artist. It's a great book. Most things are remixes of things that have already been created. So really, you just have to take inspiration from things that have already been created. If I were this taco place, I would just look at things like Judy's Family Cafe. I would take notice of that, and I would put together my own spin of things like this. And things like that tend to do well online. And then they can pull more guests into the restaurant. And then essentially the videos that are on the screen, those will take care of themselves because more people will be able to see them.
Do you help other organizations like Judy's get to these types of levels of successes?
Yeah. Like our whole business is on the editing, strategy, and production side. We marry video editing with video production and with video strategy. So we'll come in and we'll figure out, okay, what do you need to create? Why do you need to create it? How do we create it? Do we create it virtually or do we create it by filming in person? And then we go out and create it. Our core service is video editing, but we have three-legged stool of it. Companies produce.
I see. What's your charging model? How do you bill for this?
It's kind of like building blocks. So like on our site, you'll see pricing for video editing. So that's like the first one. And then the second block is production. Are you going to film in person or can we help you film online? Maybe it might be that you're filming by yourself and sending us the footage. And then on the base layer is strategy, right? How are you doing it and why are you doing it? And do you need our help with it? So we have a ton of playbooks on how to do things. And actually for your audience too, if they're looking to hire a video editor, we offer a free guide on how to hire a video editor that doesn't suck. So we've hired thousands of video editors over the years. Okay. And we've known like the do's and don'ts. So as a gift for them.
Please. Yeah, I didn't know that. Great.
Just if you want to just DM me, my Instagram is David Feinman at David Feinman. I'll send it over to you and just mention Sonic in there. I'll happily give it to you for free.
People can reach out to you basically. And so initially somebody would get this guide. Ideally, they want to work with somebody they trust and they trust you. Can you walk me through what can they expect? Is it a consultation first and then they start sending you videos to edit?
Yeah. So it starts out with a consult, figure out what they need, what ingredients we need to put into the videos. I call it ingredients, right? Ingredients that they have already. Like you might have footage already, you might have an idea, you might just have a sentence or a phrase that you want to roll with. Give us those ingredients and we'll tell you how to basically bake the cake. We'll say with what you have, we'll build this and this, these components, You use like a process and methodology to do that. That's spit out a video on the other end of it. And
Yeah.
it's really not just one video anymore. It's usually a series of videos.
Do a campaign essentially. Okay. So you sit down with a consultation, come up with your end goal. It could be more views, could be more sales, more leads, whatever the case is. And then the customer still makes their own video, but then shares it with you. You guys edit it, put all your ingredients in to make it magical, essentially. Provide it back to the customer. They post it on their online social media to hope to get to those results. And we do this based on a plan that would ultimately get them to that end result.
Exactly.
Did I get that right? Okay, sweet. This has been really helpful, David. I really appreciate you jumping on, explaining this, talking about my crazy video, my ideas. But we will certainly share all of your information so folks know where to reach you. Any parting shots?
No, thanks for having me on the show. This was great. If you're looking to start with video, my only advice to people is just start, right? Like you did, right? You just put together some stuff and voila, you have a video that had 300,000 views. And think about a room of 300 people that follow you, 300,000 people looking at something that you're interested in. That people just scoff at that number, but it's like, that's like multiple stadiums full of people who are interested in what you have to say. And like even 300 people, if you think about a room, the average wedding is like 150 people. We're talking about 2 weddings filled with people, right? 2.5 weddings full of people. So think about that in the context of what you were able to do just by putting your message out there. And you didn't think strategically, you just said what you wanted to say, right? And that's the recommendation I always have for my clients is just start. Don't worry about like the way your hair looks. Don't worry about exactly what you're going to say. Just start putting content out there. And even for me, I've helped clients over the past 10 years in doing it. And I've just started doing it for myself and I'm following my own advice. If you go look back 3 months ago, my content was crap. Starting to get a little better, starting to get a little less crappy, but like I'm following my own advice and putting out content. So
beautiful advice. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks, Sonic.
Awesome.